I can't feel my face now.
Lord help us. Listen to this.
Do you think people can be born gay?
No, I don't. And there's no conclusive evidence to that point.
Wow, you know, a lot of gay people say they were born that way. They said that, you're saying
A lot of
that gay
murderers
people-
say they were born murderers. A lot of pedophiles say they were born pedophiles. So if we're going to say there's a gay gene, we're going to have to open up the conversation and say that there's a pedophile gene, which means if I molest children, I shouldn't go to jail because after all, it was in my DNA.
What did I
Be
say
careful
yesterday?
about opening up one door. You
I
got to
told
open
you.
up all them doors.
What I say
But
yesterday?
no, hold on. Being a pedophile is illegal. Being a homosexual is not illegal.
There's
Listen
an
to this.
organization called the North American Association for Man and Boy Love. They're trying to normalize and legalize
Oh,
pedophilia.
no, we got to blow them up
It's
right
on the
now.
internet.
We
North
gotta-
American
no, they gotta go.
Association.
That sounds
No, they gotta
crazy.
go.
Oh my goodness. In
No,
fact,
no.
it's already been predicted that when the next DSM comes out, pedophilia will be normal behavior.
We need to drop a
Remember,
bomb on them right
homosexuality was once mental illness up until 74. They changed it in 74. Some people thought homosexuality would never be considered normal in 74.
But it was never illegal.
It was never illegal. But here's the thing. Once you say something is normal, it's easy to make it legal.
Lord.
We need to start using our minds and to think for ourselves. And stop using our devices to think for us. Because we've lost the capacity to think for ourselves. Therefore, we lost all the buildup that our ancestors put into the mind. We are letting it weaken itself like a muscle not being used. Mind going through atrophy. What does that have to do with what he just said? Think about it.
Bet you can't call me Kobe.
I bet you I can. Challenge is accepted. So, first I know who you are. Your name is Mason, and you're famous for climbing skyscrapers all around the U.S. with no equipment. So I know this was going to be extremely hard. Now I had to figure out exactly where you were. That's the Red Rocks behind you, and you're in the Red Rock Canyon in Nevada. So I drove all the way to the Red Rock Canyon and got the best climbing equipment I could possibly buy. I then climbed up the 1,000-foot mountain that you went all the way to the top of so I can swab your DNA on the top of that mountain. I knew I was at the right spot because you left behind the orange bandana from the video, and that was the one I saw. So I put my climbing equipment ready, and it was time to rappel the mountain to find exactly where you lay. Once I found the exact spot, I swabbed your DNA right up the side of the mountain and went back to my cloning DNA laboratory. First, I put your DNA in an agar plate. Then I added citric hydraulic acid and green barium chloride on the other side. Then I put it down my DNA diffuser and put it inside a nitric oxide tank for 24 hours. That's you after only 4 months, and soon I'll have a climber.
Bro. First and foremost, why the hell would you want to let somebody... No. First and foremost, why the hell you out here licking random rocks, bro? Like, how many bird poops have hit that rock? I don't even know. Second of all, why are you challenging people to come clone you? And third of all, why are you allowing them to clone you? I got so many of alls. I got 4, 5, all the way to 100th of all. Of how this don't even make sense. This dude climbed this mountain in Adidas and a lab coat? Nah, bro, something's funky about that. This ain't real, dog. This ain't real, bro. That ain't him in no baby form in 4 months. Nah, that ain't real, dog. It's not. It's not. If you think it's real, bro, please show me some proof that it's real.
Have you ever talked to me?
100 times when I was in jail.
How you do it in jail if it was you had no electricity?
There's electricity in jail, little nigga.
No,
I wasn't in the cave days.
Like, how you do it with no internet, like type shit?
What'd you say, Trump?
Bro,
Trump?
they sneak phone.
Oh,
They shove up your
Bro, yo.
asshole.
I can't hear these little niggas wildin'. Hold on.
Nigga, what? They shut up, nigga.
You
What
shoved
the
it through.
fuck? No, he didn't. He didn't.
No, he didn't. Someone else did and sold the thing.
And you had, asshole, folks.
What is y'all talking about? Hey, hold on. These niggas done said a whole bunch of shit. Hold on, Trump. Hold on. What's going on? What the fuck happened to that? What they said, bro? I done missed the whole joke.
Oh, them boys wildin', dog. They wildin', yo. Soldier over here talking about some crazy stuff. These dudes talking about some crazier stuff.
The audience is left stunned.
What prompted you to make that video?
I made that video to prove anti-white ivory tower professors like the one in your studio wrong. I mean, this video and the others that I've made like it with Native Americans, with Mexicans, with the Chinese you just watched are irrefutable evidence that people like that professor are exactly wrong on cultural appropriation. And if we want to go back and we want to talk about the hairstyles and things, just bringing this up, I mean, I've seen people get offended by braids and say, oh, you know, braids are a black people thing and white people can't wear braids. It's called a Dutch braid. It was from back in Nordic times, the old Nordic times, with white people, with Vikings would wear braids, yet people want to come and claim that it's some part of their culture now. No, you can't claim that something is just a part of your culture either. It's for people to share and celebrate and use so you can actually have a society that is cohesive and works together as a melting pot, not all these different groups that can't work together because everyone's so offended.
Facts.
The only people who are actually offended by cultural appropriation don't really have anything else of meaning going on in their life.
The audience.
Yo, he spit bars, dog. I tell you what, though. You ain't wavy like Q, though, man. Dog, what you doing, man? You ain't wavy like Q, bro. It's in my culture. Nah. I'm playing. Hey, but he spit bars, though. Dog did spit some bars with him basically saying, like, bro, you can't come and just say because it's some part of your culture that it's just what it is and nobody else can make. Nah, man, it's like he said, you got to share all these things, man. We got to make a new culture, right? And we got to do that by sharing putting all our cultures together, right? You can't get out of the mindset of division. We need to get in the mindset of multiplication and addition. Stop subtracting and dividing, bro. Because you already know where that comes from, the divide and conquer mindset. Come on, man. Preach!
Did you take any shit? Like, you have this defense of Apu, which is a hilarious bit.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
It's so dead on, too.
Appreciate. What I want to differentiate is the difference between your hurt feelings and being oppressed. And that's what I thought canceling Apu was. It was, we think we're oppressed and we're not at all with that shit. Apu is like three-dimensional, and he evolves more than every character on that show, including The Simpsons. He gets married, he loses a business, gains a business, has kids, becomes a father. So, like, he's the American dream on that show.
Have they completely removed him from the show?
He's gone from the show. Apu is so many of our parents, and I don't mean that I mean that in the most respectful way. Back in the heyday, people would say The Simpsons represents every level of society. That's why the politician is a sleazebag and the billionaire is a corrupt fuck. And Apu, I really thought, whether they meant to or not, represented the American dream. He came to this country in search of a better life. He worked hard, he was mostly honorable, and he built a fucking life. And that is our parents. And we should all be so proud of our parents. And it sucks that a white guy was doing the voice, but at the time, I don't think they had an option.
Did you?
Damn, I ain't never thought about it like that, but Apu does go pretty hard. He is the American dream, like, come build something out of nothing. That's tough. That's something to think about.
Oh yeah, here we fucking go. Y'all wanna play again? Y'all went viral already? Y'all trying to go viral again? Y'all wanna go again? Come on. Oh, look at this nigga. Oh my God. Nah, I wasn't yesterday. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, me, gang. Nah, you be easy. You looking mad hard. Look at you fiending. They got ugly. No, what? No, look at this guy though. This nigga chop, bro. Like, look at him though. Look at him. Look at him. Ah.
What? You like that?
Hey, shout out to these dudes, because they be putting these cops that be rolling around in pedestrian cars on blast. This really needs to be illegal if it's not, bro. I forget who it was years ago was talking about basically, you know, like cops in other countries, they have vehicles that the public can't even buy. Like, they drive a certain type of vehicle, and they have to have things like vest on or whatever that are highly reflective, glowing or whatever, and they can't hide. Because in other countries, check this out, the police need to be able to be found because they're there to help people. They're not hiding trying to destroy their own citizens' lives. That's something to think about. Ever since I heard that, it blew my mind. Like, dude, these cops, man, they should not be able to drive cars in America that people in America can own. There should be a certain car that's made for them. They all drive that car, because you don't ever know. What if you did need some help? And you don't even know that's 12 right there sitting in the parking lot or whatever. Man, come on, dog. Because it ain't about helping you, dog. It ain't about protecting you as a citizen. It's about serving your ass to the bookkeeper.
I work on a private jet.
Ooh, what's the weirdest thing you saw on one of these private jets?
That you could tell us about.
We picked up some professional ball players, and they have some ladies of the evening with them.
Oh, boy.
You know, so they're having a good time, and the girls ended up with their tops off. And one of the girls wants to come up and say hello to the pilots and asked if they could. And I said, abso-freaking-lutely. Get on up here. So she runs up to the cockpit and just sticks her whole body in there and says, hey, how are you guys doing? And this young pilot turned beet red. He was like jaw on the floor.
So the plane started turning and his hands weren't on the steering wheel?
No comment. But
well, planes basically fly themselves these days. All they got to do is take off and land.
100%.
Let's just keep the cockpit clear from now on. And I don't mean it like that, for God's sake.
So that's why they call it a cockpit.
Do you think men like strong, independent women? Start right here.
I think men like to be men, and men need to be men in relationships. So an independent woman sometimes won't allow a man to be a man because she thinks she can handle her own.
That's a fact. All
So
right.
if a man wants to provide for his woman and she's trying to say, no, that relationship is doomed to fail.
That's a
because
fact. Okay.
he doesn't want
Now, you said you're bisexual, right? If you had to pick one gender for the rest of your life, what would it be, men or women?
I think it'd be men.
Hot. Okay. Can you tell me why?
I think it's easier to please a man, and to be submissive is, I don't want to say easy for some women, but I feel like more women should submit to their man if they want to be in a healthy relationship with them.
Wow.
And sometimes they don't want to.
Holy shit.
But if
She's
you
getting
do-
smarter and you're getting more attractive. Who knew?
Do you think men
New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me. I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me.